My bad, gang. Y'all already know what it is. We are back. We got Tommy G catching predators with Chris Hansen. What? What kind of link-up / duo is this? We don't know, but we're going to find out, and let's see what Tommy G got cooking up for us right now.
Why did you ask her if she was willing? Why did you ask her if she was willing to do a gangbang?
She sounded eager. She sounded like
Do a what?
If she was willing to do a gangbang.
She sounded eager. She sounded like she wanted to learn, and I made a mistake.
Wanted to learn.
I think he's gonna pull up around from the left.
The fact that this is becoming so popular, that so many people are doing this, it's got to make you wonder how many of them people are out there. There's got to be a lot. And trust me when I say it, like Pokemon, we gonna catch them all. Ha ha! Let's go.
What do we got here? Jeremy, you shouldn't leave. These gentlemen want to talk to you.
Put your money back. Please! Get down on the ground!
Why did you think it was okay to leave your teenage girl home alone to come here and meet another teenage girl, Jeremy?
Do they got those real police? Or they security? Pass them over to the police. That'd be crazy if they got some real cops now. How did nobody see that?
Does any part of you feel sorry for these guys?
No.
I would never feel sorry for them.
One idea for a one-off story for Dateline NBC in 2004 has turned into all this.
I will. Can you just tell me who you are?
I'm Chris Hansen. This is an investigation.
Chris Hansen for that boy. He started this whole thing.
In this episode, we trudge into the dark corners of crime, perverts, and preds who prey on kids. We team up with Chris Hansen, a man who has spent the last 2 decades as the premier pred catcher on the planet. Together, we team up in a sting operation to catch these. In this episode, there are certain words that for some reason we cannot say. Among them, so instead, we will either refer to these guys as preds, PDF files, or bleep out the word altogether to avoid being censored. Now, this ugly world of PDF files is something that I almost didn't want to cover.
That's crazy that you can't say that on YouTube. Knowing damn well what they doing. Come on, man.
I mean, the idea that grown men are out there looking to meet with vulnerable youth, to me, it's just sad and sickening. But crazy, it is a reality of this world that we have to...
It's so crazy, bro. So crazy. Like, bro, I feel like... I know each state's different. Some states is 16, some states is 17, others is 18. But to be on the safe side, 18 is always the best to wait for. And I hate how I phrase that, wait for. But you know what I mean. Don't take that out of context. Bruh. Like when you start saying 13, 14, 15, are you outside of your mind? Bro, that is binocular. That is crazy. That's crazy, bro. Like, you telling me there ain't nobody in your age group? If you 40, there ain't nobody in your age group that wants you. There's nobody 10 years younger that wants you. 10 years older that wants you. 20 years? 20 years up? Like, come on, bro. Like, at that point, it's you. Not them. It's got to be you. If you ugly, get your money up. If you cute and you struggling with this, you handsome, you struggling with this, get your money up. If you can't get your money up, you better be funny.
Face. And thankfully, with the help of local police, we have the opportunity to take these offenders off the street and give them justice. Folks, this episode is heart-pounding, stomach-turning, and incredibly intense. It's time to saddle up and go boots on the ground.
Marquette, Michigan. Crazy. I almost went to Marquette University, bro.
Today we're diving into the dark world of and we're doing it with one of the best in the business, Mr. Chris Hansen. We're just down the road from a sting operation where they're luring guys in and then promptly arresting them. To me, I'm really fascinated to get to the bottom of why this is happening. So let's try and learn something together. Buckle up, folks. We're in for one today. Just as we arrived in Michigan and we're gonna set out to the Sting House, we got word from Chris's team that an offender was on his way to get busted and for us to lay low until they booked him. What happened next is one of the most powerful moments of Chris's career.
No, there's no one home. You can close the door, it's cold outside.
The fact that you're coming there and you're saying you sure this is not a setup should tell you that you are acknowledging that you already about to do something wrong, that you are already doing something wrong. Make it make sense. Oh yeah, I forgot. Most people don't have common sense.
Did you bring the money?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
You brought money.
How much is there?
150.
Okay. What do you want to do?
What are you feeling up to? I don't want to.
I'm down for anything.
Are we doing it here? Is there like a bedroom?
There's the bedroom room.
Why does it seem like damn? This is crazy. This is crazy. I almost just dropped my whole mic setup. This is crazy, bro.
You can do it on the couch or anywhere you want to go. I'll go change and you can stay here. Okay. You can just stay right here and I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? What is this? What's
How you
the
doing?
base story?
Good.
What's the base
What was your
story
plan
behind
here
this?
today?
Can I leave?
No, you cannot. Stay right there.
Huh. What was this base story behind that? I'm curious what the story was behind that.
From the law enforcement angle, what have you seen in this world?
Seems over the last 10 years, it's gotten worse, in my opinion. Just based off interviews I've done over the years.
Bro, that is crazy, bro. I used to have, oh my gosh, I used to have a teacher that looked exactly like him, bro. Is that him? I'm finna say his name, but I know they put his name on the screen, but that looks exactly like him. I had a teacher that looked exactly like that, bro. He dressed like that and everything.
Years with children, child forensic interviews over the child abuse type stuff, sexual abuse.
How common are these people out in the world, these predators?
To be quite honest, I think it's a very scary thought. I think they're very common. I think parents should be well aware of the stuff that happens on the internet.
My name is Sam Christian. I'm a retired Chicago Police Deputy Chief on the Chicago Police Department. I spent 14, 15 years in what's called Special Investigations of the Youth Division, chasing pedophiles, basically. When I was doing this work, and we would do lectures and seminars, and I thought at that time you could probably find a pedophile rather on probably every square mile in the city of Chicago.
Well, you know, I kind of fell into working with, so I fell into forensics and have been helping lock the sons of bitches up for 30 years. I don't know, you know, how many people are versus how many billions of people we have. You know, no one's ever clear with that because we're only basing it on those that were convicted. We know that there's no place we could go in this country where it isn't happening.
I mean, we're in the UP of Michigan,
That's so
and right
crazy.
now we could be talking to someone down in Texas that could potentially be up here within a couple days to try to, you know, potentially take your child. So it's not just in your backyard anymore. It's like a nationwide thing.
What's your name?
This is so crazy, bro. There's so many problems that aren't even at the forefront, you know, of what's going on because there's so many other problems that's going on. And I know anywhere you go, every country has its problems. But man, is this a crazy one to have? Yeah, I think we need to start taking freedom away. My bad. I'm just playing. I'm obviously just playing. Hey, people got a little too much freedom now. We need to start taking some stuff away. No, I'm playing.
Joe, I was looking online to play.
To play, and what do you mean by play?
Good question on that. How much of your freedom will you trade up for your safety? It's a good question. It's a good question.
Play, Joe.
Think about it.
Yes.
You talked to somebody online
This dude is cooked.
and on the phone, and you were pretty graphic.
Goofy.
How many times had you met women online before for sex?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. And what do you do for a living now, Joe?
I'm a grocery manager.
Here in town?
Marquette.
In Marquette. Over the phone, she tells you that she's 15. You say to her, that's messed up.
That is.
But yet you continued to talk about having sex with her. It almost seems as though that age excited you. You asked if she would do a gangbang. Why did you ask her if she was willing to do a gangbang?
Wow.
She sounded eager. She sounded like she wanted to learn.
This dude.
And I made a mistake.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
you
a
did.
addiction. I will admit that I have a porn addiction.
This ain't porn.
I
buddy.
got addicted to porn when I was probably 11, 12 years old.
Did you bring condoms?
I did not. I might have one.
Right. But you were willing to have unprotected sex with this girl.
I don't know if I would have gone that far.
So it seems to me that if I wasn't here and a real 15-year-old girl was, you would have been having sex with her by now.
I should go away for a very, very, very long time. There's no one to blame but myself.
All right, Joe, well, there's something you need to know.
You're Chris Hansen with...
Takedown with Chris Hansen. Have you seen the shows before?
Bro. Now he ain't got no job. More than likely going to be convicted. He's seen the show before and he's still doing this tomfoolery. Reputation ruined. Credibility ruined. Image ruined. All because you were so horny that you were willing to go with a minor. Let that sink in. Are you bugging? You gotta be. It's heavy. But I ain't feel bad for him at all.
I have.
And what have you thought of those shows?
But I appreciate what you do.
Well, thank you. Did you ever think you're going to end up face to face like this?
When I walked in here and saw the pizza box, I honestly knew. Is that up for you? Yep.
Yeah, why is there always a pizza box?
No,
I mean, you
no
know,
other weapons or anything on you, sir?
Maybe Jhnakin does that.
I'm just going to give you a quick pat down.
No, wait. No, Jhnakin doesn't do that. The dude always brings pizza.
Oh, thank you for being straight up with me.
Can I shake your hand?
Yes.
It's hot and sweaty. I
appreciate it, buddy. Good luck to you, all right?
I'm sorry.
Get the help you need, all right?
Good luck.
Okay.
He knows that he messed up. Big time is bad, bro. This is why I say, when you're young, you guys, when you're young, I understand you want to have fun. I understand you want to have a good time and everything like that. You never know where you're going to end up in life. All you can really control is how hard you push yourself into the things that you want. But I always say this, while you are young and you're having your fun, what if you're a guy, what if you're a girl, really pay attention to the qualities that stick out to you so you don't miss your mark. I would much rather have a wife knowing that she's loyal, she respectful, she patient, she kind, she's caring, she's understanding, she's loving, and many other qualities than to have multiple people that I just talk to on the regular, but they ain't serious. I'd rather have one than have many. I think that's a stronger, to me, I think that's a stronger flex. Sure, you have your fun, you do whatever you want to do while you're young and all that type of stuff, but you really got to pay attention. Don't miss your mark with your person, bro. Be at home something. Like, this dude should have been at home online talking to whoever and whatever. It's goofy, bro. It's so goofy, man. I don't even know why I went on that rant. I don't even know where I was going with that. Let me keep going. I'm the type of person that would turn a 30-minute video to an hour and 30-minute video. Because I yap. Dang, he got to ride in the front seat at least.
It sounds messed up to say, but I couldn't help but feel bad for some of these guys. I mean, I know that if they followed through with what they were going to do, that they very well would damage a kid for life. But still, watching them throw their life down the drain in real time just made me feel sad for them. And due to the pathetic nature of what they were setting out to do, my guess is these guys live very miserable lives. Does any part of you feel sorry for these guys?
No.
These guys are doing irreparable, lifelong damage to kids. I felt like just looking at them, I feel repulsed, I feel ick, I feel like, and just feel good. Like hearing that door shut behind, like I had like a word in my head, just justice. Let's head to the Sting house.
I can't say that I feel bad. I can't say that. The situation itself is unfortunate that whatever they have going on in their life has led them to this. It just doesn't make sense, you know? It's something that would never make sense to me. There's so many, you know, I know it can happen the other way around with a woman to a guy, but I think most of the time, not most of the times, but in this video, what we're gonna see a lot of guys. I just feel like there's so many women out there, you can find a woman in your age range. You know, I don't get it.
So what's going through your head when you bust a guy like that?
It's sad to see that we have this in the community, but it's good to see something come out of it to get these people off the streets. The maximum for the punishment is 20 years to life. Easily at least serve a couple years. Hopefully we have a successful rest of our day.
20 years to life? That is crazy.
So in a normal state, when you start in the morning, how late does it go?
You know, we've gone till the next morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, depending on who's coming.
So we might be having a slumber party tonight.
Could happen. It's happened before. So this weekend we have a sting operation with the Marquette County Sheriff's Department. Decoys will go undercover posing as children and see if men will approach them and try to make a date for sex. If they do, they will be invited over here. I will confront them and then they'll be arrested by the Marquette County Sheriff's Office. We've been doing investigations for 20 years now. And yet here we are, 20 years and probably 600 guys later.
I'm telling you, you'll never run out of content. This is an unfortunate truth. I don't know if the problem is worse than what it was before, but I feel like it is because the internet, social media is just at an all-time high. You can connect with anybody in the world that has access to it. Like, think about that. Like, actually think about that, bro. You can connect with anybody. And I guarantee if you go down your followers list, you click on somebody, you go down their followers list, you click on somebody followers list, I guarantee you that they are a lot closer to somebody that you look up to than you may realize. Not even look up to, is just madly popular than you may realize, bro. It's crazy. We are all connected in some way, shape, or form. Even with that, how can we not be together? How can we not be united on something? It's just humans. I am a firm believer that without God, humans are not meant to be united. Because there's no common occurrence that they can be on. Human philosophy, it doesn't work unitedly, unfortunately. There'll always be people who say no, who don't want. And there'll always be people that say yes and they do want. I'm yapping again. Yap session. I told you. 30 minutes. All right, let's
Problem
go.
is worse than ever before.
You've pioneered a whole new genre of content where now there's people that their entire career is doing somewhat very similar things. One, did that blow your mind? And two, not all of them get the guys arrested.
You know, when I stop to think about it, now that you mention it, it is kind of mind-boggling. This one idea for a one-off story for Dateline NBC in 2004.
It's a Dateline hidden camera investigation no parent will want to miss. He thinks he's at this house to have sex with a 14-year-old girl. Chris Hansen with a Dateline hidden camera investigation.
Has turned into all this. And in terms of the vigilante catchers, you know, some of them have done a service. And I think there's a solid place for citizen journalists. But it concerns me that I think some, not all, but some of these vigilante catchers are out to just be as outlandish as possible.
Coming in. Everybody's coming through.
I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not here to get you in trouble. I just want to have a good time.
He's coming. Well, what's your mental preparation? Like, what are you doing before they come?
Well, I'm working on a lot of different things. So I've gone through the material for this particular confrontation. I'll start going through it again in a few minutes here when we know he's on the way, for sure. And other than that, you know, you're just kind of keeping aware, and I'm working on other stories at the same time.
They're just trying to see if it's real, see if they can manipulate him, take advantage.
Do you feel bad for these guys at all?
Do I feel bad? No, at all. They knew what they was doing. They need to ask what.
Tell me about the potential perp.
He said that he is 49. He's actually 53, we found out.
I think interesting, first of all, that he's willing to lie about a minor detail like that.
He's coming from like 3 hours.
He said he was 49, but he's actually 53. Bro, it doesn't matter if you move down 3 years from freaking 53, bro. Like 4 years from, I mean, like, bro, you still
Hours away.
Go, bro.
Did he also take a picture?
He took a picture of his on the side of the road, sent it to the decoy.
Okay, you guys are some of the world experts in tracking down. What kind of commonalities do you notice amongst these guys? Traits, characteristics?
They all lie about inconsequential details. This guy that just said he's 49, he's really 53. We've had guys lie about the type of car they're driving.
How has doing this job changed how you guys look at the world?
Like, I feel like when I have kids, they're not getting on anything. And Chris talks about all the time.
Look, I have kids. They not getting on no type of social media for a long time, bro. Absolutely not.
That when he first started doing this, he thought he was going to do
Be
it
like Australia,
twice. And now, 20 plus years later, he's still doing it.
And he's busier than ever.
And he's busier than ever.
There are exponentially more platforms upon which adults can approach children. So while there is more activity now than ever before, it's more difficult to detect. I think technology has opened this up. I think people are more exposed to fantasies.
Is it
It's
all
just
men
scary,
or ever
yeah.
women showing up here?
I've never
had a woman.
Women like to have a connection, whereas men are like out hunting for whatever. So the women, it's always somebody who's closer.
The female, you're more likely to see in the teacher-student scenario. The female wants to know the victim. The male likes the anonymity.
Miss Nutley was a teacher at St. Xavier High School. This is a Catholic school in Springfield Township, a Catholic school of all places.
Has doing this job made you look at men differently?
Why is it being Catholic that is more all of a sudden crazy? Do we not know about these priests? What is he talking about?
I always thought there were perverts out there, but like, there's so many, I guess.
To get an idea of the damage this crime can cause a family, we spoke with a mom whose child suffered from the hands of an exploitive adult, and she spoke to the impact this had on her life.
I didn't notice everything until maybe 3 years into the relationship. I started noticing that he was a little bit like not affection. So I kind of just assumed that he was cheating on me. We took a trip out to Michigan, and that's when I actually found out that my daughter had a boy over. I investigated deeper into her phone and found out that this other kid was actually 23. So I called the cops, and they did lock him up. But that same night, something was bothering me about why was she so comfortable in my bed? So I went and asked my daughter, has Tim ever touched you? And Tim was right behind me, and I felt him. I felt his energy behind me, like the nervousness. And she said yes. I turned around, I just start throwing things at him. And that's when I used, have you ever my daughter? He nodded. One time. I'm so confused at this moment. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Wait, whoa. Wait, so she was dating Tim, and Tim was messing with his daughter at the same time? Did I miss something, or is Tim just like her boyfriend, and she didn't know how old he was for 3 years? Hold on, chat. I gotta go a little bit back. I'm sorry. I gotta catch this. Hold on. My bad.
An idea of the damage this crime can cause a family. We spoke with a mom whose child suffered from the hands of an exploitive adult, and she spoke to the impact this had on her life.
I didn't notice everything until maybe 3 years into the relationship. I started noticing that he was a little bit like not affection. So I kind of just assumed that he was cheating on me. We took a trip out to Michigan, and that's when I actually found out that my daughter had a boy over. I investigated deeper into her phone and found out that this other kid was actually 23. So I called the cops, and they did lock him up. But that same night, something was bothering me about
how'd she find that out?
Why was she so comfortable in my bed? So I went and asked my daughter, has Tim ever touched you? And Tim was right behind me, and I felt him. I felt his energy behind me, like the nervousness. And she said yes. I turned around, I just start throwing things at him. And that's when I used, have you ever my daughter? He nodded. One time. I'm so confused at this moment. I'm like, what are you talking about? You said one time, but you're saying no. What's going on? He was on a run for at least 2 weeks. He took a plead, the 10-year plead. It was underage. He just repeatedly with the underage.
This is such a cat and mouse game. Like, we'll have like someone 30 minutes away, call. And then they chicken out. Or someone calls back and is like, hey, I want to pee on you. And then they chicken out.
Comes in, goes out. We try to maintain a low key, but you gotta eat good. Gotta bring beef jerky.
In a typical day, 8-10 hour day, how many people would you bust?
It really varies by location. You know, there have been some where we've packed in four guys in an afternoon. And then there's some where we've showed up and we've been there for 2 days and nobody shows up.
What are the major red flags of a that people can be aware of or think about?
So if we just take an extreme, on one extreme, we know these people because they're always talking the language. Instead of calling people kids, they're F toys or, even dates, they're objects. On that end, we know who those people are because they're always verbalizing. But most are at the other end. They have a great social persona. They look good, they sound good, but they're very schmoozy. And it's that schmooziness that we forget. That's psychopath traded.
In any way, do you feel bad for these guys?
Sometimes, you get a guy who gets on his knees, who spent 6 months in battle in Iraq, maybe has PTSD, and he's begging you for forgiveness. You can't help but feel bad. But at the end of the day, if we weren't here and a child was here, what would have happened?
Because there's no doubt in my mind, a large number of the people that are incarcerated are going to get back out and restart again.
This is just crazy to me. Bro, I've been watching House of the Dragon. First of all, it's a really good show. You should definitely check it out. But I've been watching House of the Dragon. Man, incest is through the roof. People are young as hell getting married and all that type of stuff and doing this and that. But the one thing that I caught on to was that regardless of what it was at that time, they were very respectable of the law. Today, we have a law and people aren't respectable of it. They always go against it. And it's just mind-boggling to me. How did that many people respect the law at that time? Well, because their freedoms were limited. What they were able to do and say was limited. Now you give people a lot more freedom, now the respect just goes out the window. We need to learn how to start respecting people, because I guarantee you, when they get fed up, they're going to take that shit right away.
Sorry I missed your call.
Yeah, I'm like 30 minutes away. I was just making sure you're gonna be still up and shit.
Yeah, I'm still up. I'm waiting.
Alright. So, what do you just want to text me the address when I call you back, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. Just let me know when you're in Ishpeming and I'll text you the address.
Alright.
Okay. Hurry up, I can't wait to see ya.
Alright.
Okay, bye.
Does it surprise you how many guys are out there trying to do this?
Yes and no. Our jurisdiction has a very high amount of CSCs, criminal sexual conducts.
I guess, how does it make you feel getting to do this job?
This? Good. Like, I've seen so many stories that are like horrific. Some of these people do to minors is sickening.
Do you think our justice system properly takes care of these guys?
I think they all need to go to prison for some stint, however long. I'm not sure. I will say I think reoffenders, my personal opinion, shouldn't be able to walk another day freely.
Anything you think people back home should know?
If you're a sexual assault victim, don't be afraid to speak out and tell your story to somebody from trained law enforcement officials that do handle this stuff in a sensitive manner, and don't be afraid to report it and speak out about it.
There are a boatload of clips from this episode that, for reasons I cannot get into, are only available on Patreon. If you'd like to support independent journalism and have access to these clips, the link to subscribe is in the description.
There's a last-minute hustle and bustle to get everyone in place.
We'll see him on the camera, so if he does, everyone will just shift.
Make sure everything's just do a final check your phones. Everything's fine. How well do these guys usually scope out a place before they go to it?
I think last year, and then when we did the other one, I think we've had 2 or 3 go by. They'll drive by once or twice just to make sure they're looking for, obviously, police cars, anything suspicious, obviously lighting, any suspicious movement at all that would indicate, hey, there's something just to justify their concerns. So once they're in, they're fully committed.
So, like, how do you approach this from a psychological standpoint so that you keep it going without tipping them off, but you still get information, like when to text them, when not to text them?
I think it's just by feel.
Do you want the honest answer or the TV answer? Honest. You just gotta be really f***ed up.
Do you think he would be disappointed to know that someone sending him all the nice messages was a guy like you with a beard?
They're gonna know when I take the stand.
Is this off a hookup website?
Yeah, this is off of a website that just strictly deals with prostitution.
So he's probably been there, done that before.
Usually.
So that means the decoy has a fake profile.
Yep.
With a few pictures.
Yep, I created a fake profile. The website's out of Europe.
How racy can you get with the pictures?
The pictures are of our actual decoy. She can get as racy as she's comfortable. Obviously, we don't get too racy with ours.
So he knows that she's 15, and his big holdup was he had to find some place to get rid of his kid for the night.
Do you know how old his kid is?
I don't think we discussed it.
He could be mats away.
Yeah.
And you guys, you gave him the address at what point?
Just within the last 30 seconds, a minute ago.
All right, let's get ready. Subject spotted. Okay, baby, here we go.
This is our guy. Hey, Verb, he has where to park. There he is. Yep.
I think he's gonna pull up around from the left.
Wait, is there background noise happening right now? Do y'all hear that? I don't know. I think it's just tweaking.
It's cold outside. Can you close the door too? It's really cold.
You want me to go grab them light clothes over there?
Oh, that's okay. You can just hang out. You can have a seat. You got some weed?
Yeah.
Okay. How was the drive?
Fucking shitty, man. I got behind some guy that was going like 20 miles an hour and shit.
I was wondering what was taking you so long.
Yeah.
You got the condoms too?
Yeah. You want that? You want to do that?
Sure. Well, I'm gonna run upstairs and grab my bong really fast, and I'll be right back, okay?
Alright.
Okay.
What do we got here?
Oh, man.
How you doing?
Good.
What'd y'all bring?
There's some weed.
Some weed?
Hey.
What's your name?
Jeremy.
Jeremy?
Yeah.
And Jeremy, where are you from?
From Michigan.
What part of Michigan?
Iron Mountain.
Iron Mountain. What brought you here tonight?
She said she wanted to smoke.
She wanted to smoke. And who is she?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No, I just met her online.
You just met her online.
Okay.
And what was your plan here for tonight, Jeremy?
Smoke.
Smoke?
Yeah.
Sex?
I mean, she said
She said she would have sex with you.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. And how old is she?
She said her thing says 19.
Keep your hands out of your pockets, right? She said what?
She said 19.
She said 15.
Oh, I don't know. Her thing says 19 on her.
Well, everybody has to say 19 to get on the platform, but she told you she was 15.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that.
You didn't pay attention. So you drive how many hours?
Oh, just like an hour.
About an hour.
Never admit your guilt, I guess.
And did you stop at all along the way?
Yeah, I stopped at a gas station.
And what did you get at the gas station?
Gas.
Gas. Anything else?
I grabbed some beer.
Some beer. And where is that?
Out of my truck.
Did you bring condoms?
Yeah.
You did. And where are those?
In my pocket.
In your pocket. And how much weed did you bring here?
Just
And how much did that cost?
Well, I don't know. This was I already had this.
You already had the weed.
Yeah.
So
what's going on here? What is this?
I'm going to get to that in a minute. But Jeremy, you drove an hour to meet a 15-year-old girl.
Well, she said she was 19.
You say that on the website or on the social media, but it said 19 on the platform, but she told you 15.
I don't know, man. I'm not. Are you a cop or what?
I'll get to that in a minute.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and deal with this shit. So I got.
You're not going to sit here and deal with it. You drive an hour.
Yeah, she lied
bring
to me
weed.
and said she was 19.
No. I've seen the transcripts, Jeremy. So you can
Okay,
try to jerk me around here, but it's not going to go well.
She's 19 on her thing. I'm assuming you have to have an ID to make a fucking sex website.
What
right?
did she tell you? What age did she tell you, Jeremy?
She said she was 19 on her thing.
What did she tell you in the conversation? She said 15, right?
Okay.
Okay. So what made you think it was okay to drive an hour, bring weed and alcohol to a 15-year-old girl after a sexually charged conversation?
I didn't know she was.
Okay, we can go round and round, but she told you. What made you think that this was okay?
I didn't think it was okay.
You didn't think it was okay. So why did you do it?
I need a lawyer or something.
My bad. Crazy story too. To drive an hour to be able to do this with a minor is absolutely mind-boggling. But he looks like somebody, bro. He looks like somebody. I'm trying to figure it out.
Are you a married guy? No. You're not married. Do you have kids?
Yeah.
How many kids?
2.
2. And where are your children tonight?
My kids, one's at a friend's house and the other one's at home.
One's at home. And how old are your children?
I got one's 14 and one's 16.
One's
what the?
14 and one's 16. So the 16-year-old's at home.
Yeah.
And the 14-year-old is where?
At a friend's house.
At a friend's house. Did you drop the 14-year-old off at a friend's house so you could come here?
No, she was already there.
She was already there.
Yeah.
So you left your 16-year-old child home alone.
She's 16.
But you left her home alone so you could come here to meet a 15 for sex. You want to just hold tight here, Jeremy.
I don't.
There's something you need to know before you go. Just sit.
I don't need to know anything.
Jeremy, I'm Chris Hansen, and I do stories on men. Jeremy, you shouldn't leave. These gentlemen want to talk to you.
Put your money back. Please! Get down on the ground! Down on the ground!
Hey, he's on the couch. Watch sit.
All right.
Bro, I can't imagine being a kid watching this. Because people know who your pops is. It's just terrible, bro. You have a family, bro. Just go home. Bro, it's just better to stay home. Trust me.
All right.
It's always better to stay home.
Relax.
Slow down. Speak.
All right.
Okay, what the fuck?
Jeremy, I asked you not to leave. And look what happened. Is there anything else you want people to know about the situation you're in tonight, Jeremy?
No.
Why did you think it was okay to leave your teenage girl home alone to come here and meet another teenage girl, Jeremy?
All right, we're gonna sit you up, okay? We're gonna roll over to your back. Bring your knees up to your chest.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go ahead and take a seat.
Jeremy, how old are you?
41.
41. And what do you do for a living, Jeremy?
Work at a warehouse.
You work at a warehouse. And what do you do at the warehouse?
Load trucks.
Load trucks. Well, Jeremy, as I started to say before you tried to leave, I'm Chris Hansen.
I'm not giving you guys permission to videotape.
Well, we don't need it.
Okay, well, I don't have nothing to say.
We do stories on men who try to meet kids for sex. And
Wow.
you've become one of those stories. Is there anything else you want people to know?
No.
Okay, well, these people here will take it from here then.
It's crazy, man.
Chris, you just completed 2 days, a lot of bus. What's going through your mind right now?
Tommy, the fact that a guy would leave his own children behind, a 14 and 16, to drive an hour to meet a 15, allegedly for sex,
You're taking this
bring weed, alcohol, it never ceases to stun me.
The anticipation, right when he started walking up to the house, my heart was thumping.
Yeah, mine too. Still does.
It's an amazing thing. I mean,
So
I've seen
crazy,
it so
bro.
many times
Right.
through the television, seeing how it goes. But then to be here in the moment, it's like a rodeo when you're out there.
You don't know what's going to happen. And typically, we have the element of surprise. I mean, sometimes these guys are suspicious. Sometimes they'll say, "You're Chris Hansen," before I can say, "I'm Chris Hansen." He obviously felt pretty comfortable when he saw the undercover deputy posing as the 15-year-old girl. He thought that this was going to go to plan. And when she excused herself, it was time for me to come in and ask my questions.
I'm sure every guy comes in and tries to deny to some level.
Sure.
Is it airtight? Like, is there any way this guy can't say, I didn't know she was 15?
The way
very rare.
The sheriff's, detectives, and deputies work, they have a clear record of informing the alleged that this person they're coming to visit is 15.
Is playing dumb the most common defense mechanism?
It's playing dumb. I didn't see the age. They try to convince the detectives that because you have to be 19 to get on that platform, that they assume that they were 19, even though people get on these platforms at a younger age.
Do you think he knew he was an animal in a trap by the time you sat down with him?
I think he knew he was in trouble. I don't think he knew who I was. And so he's wondering, am I the mad dad? Am I the police? Or am I someone else?
To see what you've been doing the last many years, busting guys like this, getting them off the street, America's rooting for you, man.
I appreciate it, Tommy. I appreciate
So,
it very much.
well, thank you.
Thanks, man. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
The hairstyle
All right,
style.
folks. Well, that's what it's like inside of Operation busting and putting them to justice. We'll see you guys next week. What you have just seen is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what True Blue has to offer. They have countless documentaries with Chris Hansen, many more episodes of pedo catching, and
another streaming platform? Are you kidding me? There is another streaming platform? Dude. There's so many streaming. And hold up, Tommy G has hit 2.16 million? Bro, when I started watching Tommy G, he was like getting ready to pass 1 million. I think I caught him at like 750. Something like that, bro. To see this guy, our boy Tommy G at 2.16. I have to give it up for him, bro. Like, that's freaking amazing, bro. I love seeing, the people that we react to. I love seeing them grow. I always tell you guys, make sure you guys go and subscribe to their channel. Go and check out their videos, because I don't react to every single video that everybody that we watch posts. So I want you guys to go subscribe to their channel, go like their videos, and then in the process of doing so, help your boy out too. You can subscribe to me and like my videos as well, because they are allowing us to react to their video. I'm not coming over on here to steal their content. I'm on here to legitimately react to their video of what they are making. And you guys who watch with me, I appreciate you too, because you're a part of the whole family too. So we are supporting them, right? Helping them get bigger. And you guys are supporting me, helping me grow and get bigger. And I'm supporting you in whatever your dreams and goals and desires are, because I want to see you guys happy as well. I want to see you guys succeed. I want to see all you Live up to the hypes and the dreams that you have and set for yourself, because there's a whole world that's telling you that you can't do it. But I'm the person who's telling you that you can. If you are willing to learn, if you are willing to put in the work, to grind and stay consistent, I promise you, whatever it is that you want, you will receive and you will get. I know you guys can do it. And I know here we can do it as well. And I'm just so happy. And I'm looking forward to all the things that has to come down the pipeline. But let me just say this right now. Look, I look to close out the year 2024 strong. And we will close it strong as we go into this new year of 2025. But I'm going to tell you this. The train has just arrived at the station. I am telling you to get on this train right now. I'm telling you to hop on. Do not wait. Be like, we'll see. I'm telling you to get on. 2025, we're going to take off. And there's going to be things that I want my subscribers, early subscribers, to have access to that others won't. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. 100% check out our boy Tommy G. He's doing amazing things over there, and he has amazing videos as well. I love you guys. Y'all be safe and continue chasing your dreams. I'm Jhnakin, and I'm out. Peace.